the day. From Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Taylor Heineke and the Washington football team.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Washington football team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The Washington offense ready to take over, and you see Taylor Heineke at the helm in his second season with the football team.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Play action now. Here's Heineke. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 19 carries, 89 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
From the 39, Heineke. A throw to the flat here for McKissick. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And some space here. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Second down and goal. Heineke eluding the pressure right. He's got it. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shot.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking?
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league, and of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The completion there for the reigning MVP. And Charles, even though he's slip-sliding towards 40, it is certainly a tough task to ask a defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. But what can they at least try to do to slow him down?
I think for him is take advantage of the few opportunities he gives you. He's not going to throw very many interceptions, so if you get a chance to get your hands on the ball, you better take it. But if you can get him off the field on 3rd down, that is a huge one. Be able to blanket receivers, knock the ball free, but get off the field, because the longer that drive goes, he's going to put it in the end zone.
This is caught. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll run it here with Smith. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. The kick by Crosby is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
A handoff for Gibson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. At Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Heineke. Flush to his right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 39, Heineke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? A run here for J.D. McKissick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone. And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles. I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt. Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal. I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. On 2nd down, it's Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game. I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have retaken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit.
Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now left side on the swing pass, and he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they? They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the play fake, and now Heineke rolling to his right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 3rd and short yardage. Heineke. The throw taken in by Sims. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Here's McKissick. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, just like last play. They will run it. It's McKissick. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Heineke to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Heineke. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Adam Humphries, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 39, Rodgers, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. A couple of touchdowns there for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. 3 touchdown passes there for Mac Jones. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now, hold on here, we've got an injury. Well, that's Devontae Adams, the wide receiver, down on the ground here. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Rodgers now on first down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And finally brought down at the 38. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Gibson again.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Off the play fake, Heineke.
Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run with McKissick, and they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Heineke. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
First down, Gibson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On the ground with a tight end. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Second and goal from the 1.
Heineke now.
Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly. Intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
2nd and 5.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Rodgers. Throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Heineke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
So that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Heineke on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll go again with Gibson. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. Brandon Sheriff, the all-pro guard, called for the penalty there. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Heineke slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away. Here's TREY now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense is just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
78 yards rushing for him now to this point. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down now, it's Jones, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Washington offense set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gibson here running out of the gun. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 77 yards.
And Washington has made this a one-score game.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Kingsley Keke. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Another try after the first down sack. Heineke escaping the pressure right.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Looking to throw, Heineke. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
From the shotgun, it's Heineke.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Here's Jones again on second down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Rodgers going to throw. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Heineke now in the Washington offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Heineke. He's got McLaurin.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Heineke. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Heineke got McKissick.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st and 10, Heineke.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Now Heineke. That one is slant to McLaurin.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
One last shot now for Heineke.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Packers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall a game